Hello， 大家好，欢迎回到外媒看中国，我是安博然。Hey guys, welcome back to Reports on China. I'm Andy. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi has returned to the US after her narcissistic visit to Taiwan. Yesterday, she undertook her first major TV interview and probably expected a hero's welcome, but she received anything but. After fumbling through the interview and trying to lie to the American people, Pelosi was slammed in the comments section of the Today Show video, showing that even average Americans see through her crap. Let's get reporting. Nancy Pelosi is back in the US and yesterday undertook her first major TV interview, trying to cement her claim in the minds of the American people that her trip was innocent and not an attempt to start World War III. But her countrymen are not as stupid as she thinks, and Pelosi was literally torn apart in the comments section. But that's not at all what the Today Show and Nancy Pelosi hoped for. Before I read you guys some of the comments from ordinary Americans, let's take a quick look at the worst parts of her interview.
Why don't we just show China that we support Taiwan? It is part of the the Taiwan Relations Act. We didn't go there to change our policy. We still support the One China policy. We go there to acknowledge the status quo is what our policy is. There was nothing disruptive about that. It was only about saying China is one of the freest societies in the world. Don't take it from me. That's from Freedom House.
Let's talk
a strong
a little bit.
democracy.
Yeah.
Courageous people, members of Congress, can show their support for countries and democracies who are our friends. And according to the Taiwan Policy Act, Taiwan is our friend. And every place I went, we were invited to go.
Wow, what a mess. I'll just comment on a few points. Firstly, Nancy claims everywhere they went, they were invited and welcomed with open arms, but that's not entirely true. According to Taiwan media, the invitation was revoked and Nancy forcibly and angrily ensured the trip went ahead anyway. Also, the president of South Korea refused to meet her despite her continued requests, and the red carpet was not laid out by any means. These are just a few of the instances we know of. Secondly, Nancy is even confused herself about the Taiwan issue on numerous occasions, saying China when she meant to say Taiwan, and Taiwan when she meant to say China. I laughed when she said Tsai Ing-wen was a bully. Thirdly, Nancy is trying to remove power from the 3 communiques signed between China and the US in 1972, 1979 and 1982, which very clearly have the US agreeing that there is only one China, that Taiwan is part of China, and that the PRC is the legitimate government of all of China. Those 3 communiques were written and signed together with the US, but now Nancy is trying to pin significance to the so-called Taiwan Relations Act, which was written only by the US and not agreed upon by China. And it could be argued that the Taiwan Relations Act is in itself against the spirit of the 3 communiques because it aims to meddle in China's domestic affairs, which the US already agreed not to do. This is a sneaky and dishonest move. Lastly, Nancy keeps claiming she still supports the One China principle and the status quo in the region, i.e. that Taiwan is not a country and it's part of China, while at the same time calling Taiwan a country. This is illustrative of US foreign policy, contradictory, misleading, confusing and vicious. The host also made some extremely dishonest assertions, for example, that China is trying to re-arm Russia in the Ukraine, which Nancy didn't bother to correct, and that China are the instigators in the unrest we now see in the region, when anyone in their right mind knows it was Nancy and the US who have riled up tensions. But there is good news. Despite the valiant effort of US mainstream media and Nancy Pelosi, ordinary US citizens are not buying their crap. Let's take a look at just some of the comments under her first major TV interview since returning from Taiwan. Oh look, it's the Secretary of Lies doing what she does best. Paul Pelosi Jr.'s Asian stock climbed 30% after his tour of Asia with his mother. Obviously, Paul and Nancy Pelosi's trip to Asia was a profitable one. Nancy made sure of it. This is the government our founding fathers warned us about. You cannot say no to Nancy. The minute she hears the word no, she starts preparing her suitcase. The true face of evil. Lock her up. Scary Nancy. No one's above the law. I guess she forgot about her husband's DUI investigation. If the trip was good, why is Pelosi and Biden now pushing the responsibility of the trip to each other? Oh God, when can we see all these politicians retire? Meanwhile, Paul Pelosi finds a judge that will get him off the drunk driving. Wow, and that is just the tip of the iceberg, you guys. So if there's one good thing that's come from Nancy's narcissistic visit to Taiwan, it's that her very own constituents aren't buying her innocent version of the story. No matter how hard the mainstream media and sneaky career politicians try to swindle the average public, sometimes they just don't succeed. Anyway, that's all I have time for today, you guys. Don't forget to hit like, leave a comment, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.